Morning, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024, and I'm in a really small open space. This is Pasatiempo Open Space Park. It's a very small one in the Del Cerro neighborhood of San Diego. So my goals today are very modest. I didn't go out yesterday because I was too lazy. Today, I wanted to make up a little bit and explore much lesser known, but definitely not less important area here. So there are two sides to this. I am on the west side of the preserve, so it's a little rockier and pretty nicely vegetated here, actually. Pretty nice little spot. Fortunately, it looks like some people use this as a party area, and there's some evidence of littering here, so not surprising because it isn't a mellow neighborhood area, but whoa, dang. But yeah, come on. I don't think any of these people who live in these houses want this area being all destroyed. So let's have some class and let's keep it clean. Cool. A lot of rocks to explore here. This is kind of an on-the-fly type outing today. Just a short drive from my house. So I figured, why not check it out and see? Not throw my whole 2 days off into waste. I almost did. So let's just check to see what this little place has to offer. Again, there are two sides to this, cut by the street, which on Google Earth said Pasatiempo, but when I went up it was Wondermere. So, I don't know. I'm just going to explore this. It's not going to be a long outing, probably not a very long video, but come explore with me as I check out another little interesting area where one can stretch his or her legs and enjoy a short little outing in nature. So yes, this looks like this would be a great place to see spring wildflowers. I'm seeing lots of monkey flower bushes here. Lots of monkey flowers. So this would be a pretty satisfying little spring wildflower spot. And of course we're in coastal sage scrub, so you know the usual suspects are at play. There's a little sign about reporting littering and stuff. Yeah, I mean, come on, people. I know it's fun to play around and stuff, but we have so few places that are not littered with human activity. So let's try to keep it classy. So what do we have? This is a cool little rock field. I would say there's a lot of rock here. I like this little rocky area. Just a little short little place to explore and enjoy. Being surrounded on all sides by the suburban tract. There's two little squares of open space here. Yeah, I'm going to explore this a little bit and see what I can find. Again, it's not going to be a big, long mountain climb or anything. I do want to check this area out and see what it's all about. Ah, it's pretty cool though. Like I've been saying on my last couple videos, it's not always the size of the place, it's the mentality heading into these spots. that's important. Appreciating what you have in front of you. So I'm just gonna work around these little use trails, keeping my voice down because there are a lot of people who live in the area. Wow. Very pretty coastal sage scrub here. Ooh, look at the lemonade sumacs. Lemonade berry Rusa tegrifolia. Very nice. Very beautiful. I'm just going to stay far away from the houses as possible. That is a nice stand of lemonade sumac here. Ooh, yeah, these are beautiful specimens here. Some taller ones right by that fence, right before that yard. Very nice here. I'm just going to follow this little use trail. All right. Let's see what other little treasures I find. So I was looking at the imagery on Google Earth, and the other side I think is supposed to have vernal pool action. Looks like a little flatter and less rocky as this side is. So I'm certainly going to be checking out that other spot too. It's pretty cool, especially for being squared in by a maze of development. I think it's pretty cool. So one little rugged area here in the coastal sage scrub. And all the sagebrush smells really fresh right now. I'm just going to go kind of work my way back around a little bit. Kind of like the rocky area too. The rocky area is pretty cool. Let's see here just a little bit. I'm just following these little use trails and stuff. Trying to be careful not to step on the sagebrush seedlings. Wow, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool little rocky area. I like how there's lots of little boulders here. Kind of cool looking, actually. So here's that beautiful lemonade berry again. It's a nice looking shrub too. A very healthy looking one. Yeah. So last fall, I started producing these flower buds called nascent inflorescences. So probably in a month or two, this thing will be blooming. Probably less than 2 months, I would think. The flower buds are already starting to swell up a bit. What a cool little spot. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's go this way and see where this leads. I did an episode of Trees of San Diego County. Talked about the Peruvian pepper tree, but this is the Brazilian pepper tree here. Scanis terebinthifolius. Wow, look at these rocks. These are big rocks here. Pretty cool. I understand people like to come out and party, but at least clean up after yourself. Start bringing a trash bag with me when I come out. Start lead by example. There's a little rutted trail right here. Whoa! Birds are going crazy this morning. Almost every time I go to these little spots, there's always seeing a random olive tree. Almost everywhere I go now. They seem to love to pop up here in the coastal sage scrub and the chaparral. Interesting. That's pretty cool up here. Wow. This is pretty. You got a good view of Mission Trails. The Mission Trails area right here. See out by La Jolla over there, Miramar Marine Corps Air Station, and that over there, Soledad Mountain right above La Jolla and Claremont. Ooh, Mission Bay area. Mission Bay is just over yonder. Yeah, it's good views up here too. And Black Mountain way off there, Rancho Penasquitos, North Fortuna Mountain. So yeah, look around, you find some good views. Pretty cool. Yeah, let me explore a little bit over here. There we go. South Fortuna Mountain right there. And South Fortuna, Mission Gorge, Quaipai Peak. Can't see piles, but then you can see coals right there. Kind of blending into the landscape a little bit. That's good views up here. You can even see towards North Iron Mountain. That one way off the distance, that peak way off there. North Iron Mountain, part of the Powell range. Looks like we got some clematis popping up here too. Clematis passiflora. This spotlight video on this last year in, I think it was Alanis Canyon? I think it was Alanis Canyon where we did that one. Over in Tirasana. I'm in the Del Cerro neighborhood now. Alright, well, let's see what other little things I can explore before I cross the street and go to the other side. I gotta say, it's pretty fun. I can actually practice class 2 rock scrambling over here. I'm trying to get better at more difficult terrain. There's a lot of rocks here to scramble. Pretty cool. I like it. I just like the scenery. Here's more of that clematis passiflora. It's all wrangling all around here. And of course, let's talk about lemonade sumac or lemonade berry. Here's its cousin, laurel sumac. Of course, coastal sagebrush. You know it's going to be here. There's a lot of clematis sprawling around here. I like it. It's already getting ready to bloom. Just that little bit of rain we had. Here we go. Passiflora, because it has a very small flower. Clematis passiflora. What a handsome vine too. And these big things here, these are California figworts. These things can get huge. This thing's at least 8 feet tall. And this is presumably last year's flower stalks or inflorescences. So these massive panicles turn into little tiny seed capsules. Here's the foliage. This is the new year's foliage. So probably in a couple months, this thing will be sending up more of these. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to botanize here too. There's a lot of bird action too. There's just this little spot packed a lot of punch. Speaking of Powell's Peak, there's Powell's Peak, and there's Random Peak 1380, of course, Coles Mountain there. Ooh, I can see the cliff face of El Cajon Mountain. You get a great view of Mission Trails Regional Park. Really good view of it here. Ooh, yeah, I like this. Cool spot here. Look at that. There's that big rock quarry there underneath what I thought was Hill 781, and I did a hike up to that last March. I think I read the topo maps wrong. It's not Hill 781. There actually is a Hill 781, but this one is very close. It's Hill 787. So I read the topo maps wrong. Right there, that hill. That's Hill 787. So next time I hike it, I'll have to correct it. But yeah, I thought the topo map read 781, but it's 787. I mean, it's only a few feet difference, but I like to be as factual and correct as possible. Cool little preserve. I like this. Scramble up some rocks real quickly. Been here for maybe about 12 minutes. Scrambling possibilities here too. Alright. I'm going to migrate my way a little bit over that way. I think there's a vernal pool. There's something closed off over there, so I'm going to go investigate and see what it is. I'm going up to what I suspect is a vernal pool. We've had enough rain to get the pool started, so yeah, this is a vernal pool right here. I haven't had enough rain to get it started yet. It's been very dry this winter so far. Very dry. Very, very dry. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Just haven't had enough rain. The other side of these was more vernal pool habitat. And you can see Mission Gorge Road cut between Quaipai and Piles. It's Mission Gorge Road down there. It's actually the way I drove here from Santee and Iron Mountain. So yeah, that's the one on the right is Iron. The one on the left is North Iron Mountain. Woodson Mountain's kind of hidden behind Quaipai Peak. Pretty. Not that far from Lake Murray either. Lake Murray's not that far. Ooh, Mount Helix. There's Mount Helix right there. Pointy Peak over there. That's Mount Helix in La Mesa. Pretty cool. Yeah. It's a nice cool morning out here, I'll tell you that. It's in the low 40s. It was in the mid-30s earlier, but I think since the marine layer started coming in, it bumped the temperatures up a little bit. Look at this. Again, little details. Little details. Look at this buckwheat growing right out of the rock. How interesting is that? How interesting is this? Wow. Beautiful. That is so cool to look at. Coastal sage-grouse is pretty rugged. Alright. Wow, that's pretty neat. I'm going to have to go get ready to go to the other side, so I'm just going to have to cross the street. And of course, you know I like to point out this plant a lot. Artemisia californica, or California sagebrush. It's such a delightful fragrance. Spot. This really packs a nice little punch. I'm hoping to see a little action, but we just haven't had enough rain. Every little rain that comes is really weak and stuff. Very nice. Crust. Now, I'm going to go see about that side and see if I can get over there. Ooh, first, get this little side trail here. Come up to a nice lemonade sumac or lemonade berry. Very handsome. And a patch of California sagebrush here. Look at that. Beautiful. This is a nice sized thicket. Let's see. Ooh, this is nice and rugged. This is a beauty. This is a beauty right here. Alright. I guess I'm going to go ahead to the other side now and see. Okay, now I'm on the east side. East side of the park now. Let's see what's over here. See what kind of cool stuff I can find on this side. Ooh. What's this? Interesting little tree. There's a big tree. Ficus carica. Very nice. And yes, we already got these coming up. These are garland daisies here. Glebianus coronaria. Non-native plant that has really taken a stronghold here in disturbed areas. I remember being a member of the sunflower family. These plants have pretty interesting flower heads. Radiate flower heads. See, these are the discoid flower heads, and these are the radiate flower heads, or radiate florets. See, some of them are all yellow, and some of them have yellow discs, yellow bottomed rays, and white topped with white tops on them, or white tips. It is an attractive plant, but it is not a native plant. Ooh, what do we got here? We've got a loquat tree, Eriobotrium japonicum. It's got flowers on it. This is a native of Asia. Very commonly planted fruit tree here. These fruits are actually pretty good too. Yeah, those are the flowers. And these are the pomes. These are the pomes that are going to develop afterwards. So it's pretty closely related to apples and pears. These fruits are pomes. All right. So yeah, pretty nice. I think this area is supposed to have more vernal pool action, I believe. Again, I'm not expecting them to have water in them right now, but I'll take a walk around and see. We'll see what I find when I crest this little area. All right, we've entered a patch of Coast Cholla. Love pointing this plant out. Wow, there's a lot of it here too. That is so cool. There's a bunch of it here. So you know I'm gonna have to check this out. Coastal sagebrush is made even more interesting when cactus is involved. I wonder if there are any prickly pears here. But yeah, this side's got Coast Cholla. They love these mesa tops. They seem to love these mesa tops, but you can also see them on slopes and everything too. There's a nice patch of it here too. A lot of it. Yeah, beautiful plants. There's a lot of it here now. Of course, I'm going to stay on this road because I see a lot of what looks like cryptogamic crust here, so I don't want to go off trail here. The other side, I did see some, but I made sure not to step on it. Wow, this is cool. What a cool little spot this is. And of course, you know I point this one out a lot. Broom Baccharis saurothroides. A lot of it here too. Ooh, little hummingbird action. Let's see what type that is. I can't tell. It's a female. That is a female hummingbird. Can't tell that's a little one. Look at that. Can't really tell. But that's a female. Males have a lot of iridescence on their heads. I'm assuming it's probably Anna's, but I can't be 100% sure about that one. So I'm not going to try to guess. Okay, looks like we're coming up on the vernal pool section. Wow, look at the views. Look at the mountains. I can see all the way up by Lawson and Gaskill Peaks. So over there is Lions Peak. And I think that pointy one, is McGinty. I think that's McGinty Mountain. And right above it, you can see Gaskill Peak. Above it, way off in the distance. And that's going over towards Lawson Peak. And of course, San Miguel Mountain. I can see some of the mountains in Mexico, way off in the distance. Way off in Baja California Norte. Yeah. There are some insane views up here. How cool is that? What There's some insane views on this mesa top. We're a little bit higher up than the other areas are. Looks like we have a protected habitat here. I'm assuming vernal pools get established around here. I see some native plantings. I see lots of little red, orange flags. I'm guessing those are native plantings. Cool. I dig it. There's a little trail here. Let's see where this leads. May as well explore the heck out of it. Ooh! We talked about California sagebrush earlier. Look at the trunk on that one. Wow. Pretty impressive. Yeah, sometimes these... Oh, finally seen some black sage. Yeah, there's a lot of native plantings going on here. I'm digging this very much. A lot of them. So a lot of monkey flower plantings. Yeah, they plant a lot of monkey flowers here. I see California bush sunflower, black sage. Good. Good on these people for representing. But of course, one caveat is when you disturb the soil, even to plant natives, gotta be aware. The garland daisies, they love to disturb soil, so they kind of blend in. What do we have here? We got a lot of non-native stuff on this side here. What do we got? Mexican fan palm, Washingtonia robusta. Then we got some beautiful foxtail agave right here. Agave attenuata. Ooh, that foxtail agave is setting up bulbils. Ooh. Those little green things, those aren't fruits or seeds, those are actually bulbils. And of course, Crassula ovata, the jade plant. And this plant is so easy to spread. All it takes is a leaf to fall on the ground for this to spread. A leaf or a twig. But yeah, this is the time of year when this plant is in full bloom. Usually early winter is when this plant is in full bloom. Crassula ovata. And we do also have a lot of non-native stuff popping up here too. Other non-natives. Like Raphanus sativus. And I believe that's Yucca gloriosa right there. That's not a native. That's not Mojave yucca. I don't see any Mojave yucca over here actually. Here's another one here. These are non-natives. And being a yucca, they generally require to have their own pollinator moth. I'm assuming it's probably a Tegeticulus species, but being not native here, they don't have their moth to pollinate them. So while they do flower in the summer, these yuccas, they will not set seed because they cannot get pollinated because they don't have their yucca moth. It seems like there's been a lot of cutting back of stuff here too. But see these right here, these are supposed to be planting sites, I believe. At least on the outside, California sagebrush is establishing itself. So I can dig that. We'll get to walk through this little spot here. So this area is definitely a work in progress. But I'd say it's progressing pretty well. Just got to keep an eye on all the garland daisies that pop up here. I'm going to take that trail in a minute. Puntia ficus indica again. This is a non-native prickly pear. Pretty decent sized one too. Alright, I'll see you on the next clip as I poke around this other side. Alright, so now I'm going on this little side trail here, taking a look and seeing what's going on over here. Now we got a coast prickly pear right there. Pretty sure that's the coast one. Their spine density is usually a little bit higher than the other hybrid natives. Ooh. Here we go, some more coast cholla. These plants are easy to establish. A little piece of it falls off. It does that. It takes root, and it makes a new genetically identical plant. So I'm gonna walk around this now. I think I'm gonna go this way. So we got some more prickly pear coming up over here. There's a lot of coast cholla here. And some more prickly pear too. Wow. Very nice. Yeah, the density of coast cholla here in this fenced off area is awesome. I'm wondering if I'm going to see a coast barrel cactus. I wasn't thinking about that until just now, about a minute ago. I wonder if any coast barrel cactus would be around here. I'll try to keep an eye on whether I can find one or not, but we get some more beautiful coast cholla right here. Ooh, this prickly pear still has fruit on it. So good, we do have some prickly pear in here. But yeah, this is also a place, these mesa tops usually are pretty good places to find coast barrel cactus if you're looking for it. If you're looking for coast barrel cactus, the hills, the mesa tops seem to be where I usually come across them most often. Usually in coastal sage scrub that's pretty open like this. This is pretty open coastal sage scrub. So if you're looking for barrel cactus plants, I haven't seen any yet. Obviously, I would point it out, but this would be a place I'd expect to find it. A lot of times on these mesa tops, sometimes our cactus diversity can be pretty high. But I believe this is cryptogamic, or is this moss? Might be moss too, but just be careful where you step. Yeah, this is definitely a place I'd expect to see coast barrel cactus, but we'll see. If I see it, it's just a plus. If I don't see it, then, well, oh well. There's that sagebrush right there that had the large stem on it. Huh. Here's something you don't super often find outside of moister locations. Mule fat. Baccharis salicifolia salicifolia. Usually this is closer to water, where there's underground water, so I guess these could be pretty drought hardy as well. Every now and then you'll find one out in a random dry area like this, which is pretty interesting. It looks like we got predominantly, I believe this is the coastal California buckwheat here, Eriogonum fasciculatum, verdifasciculatum. There's a ton of it here. See, this side it's predominantly, some parts of it's predominantly coastal sagebrush or California sagebrush. But here is predominantly buckwheat with an occasional coast cholla to mix things up. So So yeah, it's a very endangered habitat. So yeah, I bet you this is cryptobiotic soil here. Very nice. It's just about mid-January and these sweet gum trees still have fall color on them. Yeah, leaf change came very late this year. Oh yeah. There we go. Laurel sumac. Very handsome, very handsome. Yeah, I'm not seeing any barrel cactus, but sometimes you won't see one until you're just about right next to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut down for a little bit, look around. I'm just gonna poke around and see if I can find any. Yeah. Yeah, I just went loop around back. Kind of explore this side. I haven't really fully seen yet, so let's see. May as well explore all of it. I like how the buckwheat is just growing right along the ground like a ground cover. That's crazy. That's so cool. Here's a nice prickly pear patch. Very handsome. Look at that. Very handsome. This is usually where I'd expect to see a barrel cactus. Oh, like I said, whether I see one or not, it's not going to make or ruin my, well, it'll make my day actually, but it's not going to ruin it either. I like this little spot. Cool stuff. Pretty cool. A little side path here. Yeah, a lot of side paths here. Worth checking out. Alright. There's so much coast cholla here. It's so neat. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so dang much. So it looks like I'm going to go ahead and bank around this way, probably. And we'll see. So yeah, this place is definitely a work in progress. It's definitely a worthy project. That's for darn sure. Very much a worthy project. So this is the near the street side of the little preserve here. So yeah, let's keep what we have left and enjoy what we have left before it's all gone. Enjoy and appreciate and embrace what we have while we still have it. Man, some great views on this mesa, I'm telling you. You can see Viejas too. Viejas Mountain. slightly above that cloud layer. It's pretty cool. And we again, way out there, Gaskill Peak and Lawson Peak. Pretty cool. I still have yet to make an attempt at those. I know at the end of both of them are supposed to be some pretty sketchy climbing. You have to have some rock climbing skills, or at least very good scrambling skills. I think the top of Lawson's class 4, I think, and Gaskell's at least class 3, I think. I've never attempted them yet, so can't say from experience what that's like. Yeah, you don't have to scramble to get up to that one, but it's a nice trail. Nice couple trails you can use to get up that Coles Mountain there. I'll have to make my next Mission Trails peak climb soon. Maybe eventually work on the multi-peak, they call the 5-peak challenge. I'm going to call it at least the 6, maybe even 7-peak challenge. I'm going to be climbing some other hills too. So we're just about to wrap up this little preserve. Very small spaces. Both sides have some pretty interesting characteristics that are different than the other. This is a little more level, more of a mesa top. The other side's rockier, craggier. It's got some nice rocks and even small boulders to appreciate. And both have some pretty good views. It's a good view of Corte Madera and Los Pinos Mountain. Way out there. Way in the back. Corte Madera and Los Pinos. So it's good. Like I said, you get some pretty good views on this mesa. So that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed my tour of a really small, humble little area here in the coastal sage scrub of San Diego. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another video.